Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm making a video just explaining why upgrading your weapon is literally useless. It is literally useless, and upgrading your armor not only is hidden OP but is what the meta and how the game is will become in the future. This new meta of upgrading your armor will literally turn into what's optimal to do. Now, in the past, let's say Brell's coming, Kazeros is coming. Right now, what we're doing, we're getting baited by these shit guides that are telling you to upgrade your weapon. Oh, it's 1690, upgrade your weapon to like 2-3 levels more, and then you'll do more damage, and then you'll clear the raid easier. That's what we are told to do. But what's actually optimal to do was to leave your weapon at eye level 1690 and then upgrade your armor only from there. Only and nothing else. Every raid that's coming up, Kazeros 1710, weapon plus 20, armor plus 23. Like that's literally how like the most optimal thing to do. And people are gonna be like, ah, you're full of shit, fake news. Well, now, remember in the past, people would say that data proof blah blah blah. Well, I've been engineering all this data and accurate facts now. Now I have facts to back me up here. And the first one I'm gonna explain is the hidden pay to win item level mitigation that's in the game. I've literally figured everything out, and this is how it works. And it's super simple. I thought it was some crazy like complicated formula like in PoE. Nope, it's not. It's super simple. It's eye level plus 1 plus 1% DR. That's it. 1 eye level, 1% DR. 50 eye level, 50% DR. 75 eye level, 75% DR. Permanently. And it's the cap. 75% is the cap. It actually makes a lot of sense when you look at your gear here. See how it starts at 5090 and then it goes to plus 25, and it's 1750 in plus 25 and plus 0 is 5090. The reason it's like that is because when it's at 5090, the starting content is 1640, right? So for tier 4, the starting content is 1640. The cap 75% would be at plus 25, 1715 on your armor. It is made on purpose. Same for like Braille and all these like gear. It's made on purpose. This cap right here, they want you to hit the cap at plus 25 on the 1640 content for whatever reason. It's just designed that way. And then that's why like stuff like Tamine was really hard, is because we're like at plus 21 right here. So the only room for leeway to increase your armor would be at 20%. You would only gain 20% DR from plus 21 to plus 25 in Tamine. But right now, since we're at the start of tier 4, you can be 1715 and take 4 times less damage on the Guardian raid that's starting in tier 4. And then it just gets harder and harder as the tier goes on. Now, I'm gonna show you exactly actual data that supports this claim, and even more data that supports this claim. First of all, I tested. I did like just quick testing. I went on my 1640 breaker to not have fucked up like data, because every character, every class specifically have different armor, different amount of defense, and different amount of defense scalings. So I set all characters to 50,000 defense, and then I went in the Guardian. So my breaker 1640, I tested like the highest damage possible pattern because it would be the most dangerous one, right? When he jumps in the air and then there's the big AoE that you have to dodge it, and he slams on the ground, it does huge damage. I tested only that pattern, and I took the lowest hit that it did because there was way too much variable. It would hit for 100k, it would hit for 7, there's too much variable. I just took the lowest one. That way, there's like, if I average it out, it's gonna have like weird data, because what if like I only got like a high roll most of the time? Like, I'm just gonna take the lowest hit. It's the most reliable one, and it doesn't matter because the data literally just supports itself anyway. So at 1640 on the Guardian, that 1640, the lowest hit was the 82,000, and then I tested on a 1650 character. I'm testing the armor scaling, not the weapon, blah blah blah, just the armor itself. 1650 armor total. The lowest hit was 70k. I engineered it to be at 10% DR, and the estimated value was 14%. It could be a high roll, low roll scenario where his lowest hit was really, really low, but I'm not gonna like look too much into it. So far, it makes sense. 1662 on my 1660 whatever character, because he's like, he has some armor that are upgraded and some that are not. You just average out the eye level of the armor is 1662. The mitigation I got from his lowest hit was 25%, but according to the calculation, it should be 22%. So far, so good. Everything scales like pretty much like the way I'm thinking. And then on my main, the lowest hit was 45k something, which was 46% estimated mitigation. And according to the formula, it should be around 40. It should be straight up 47%. So far, like everything like makes sense, like the way it is going, and the line. So now it was easy from there to just figure out that it would just literally just be this way. It will be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, all the way to 75%. And the reason why I know it's straight up 75% the cap of the mitigation is because I looked so many, like, I have so many sources that backs it up, going even multiple years ago when people were doing Velganos 1385 Guardian. I would look at the VODs of people doing it on eye level, and like the patterns would do, let's say, 2000 damage, and then I would go and look at somebody that was 100 eye level above, like 1485 plus, and then the same pattern would do less than 4 times less damage. Like, he would take 4 times over less damage. Like, it would do like 400 damage, the exact same pattern that was doing 2000 damage. So it makes sense. You gain some defense when you upgrade your gear, plus you gain the mitigation on top of it. So now I'm gonna show you clips. I'm gonna straight up show you a clip of how it works. Right here, I went in there with pretty much, okay, I think I showed the gear. Do I show the gear? Yeah, okay. I went in there, I engineered myself to be 1430 in gear. And then I went in there. I have a lot of defense because of the 1690 chest piece, which gives a lot of defense, but it doesn't matter. This attack from Vicus is doing 120k damage to my character. My main. With, I just put on enough armor to be at 1430. And I have a lot of defense. way higher than an actual 1430 character, because the tier 4 chest piece that I have a 1690 gives so much defense. Now I went back in there. I went back in there, and all I did something just simple. I just put on enough armor to have more than 75%, 75 eye level than the raid. I think this, like this armor here, equals to 1530 eye level. And you see I only have 5,000 more physical defense. 5,000 physical defense is like not even 15% DR. It's nothing. And then look at how much damage I take from now with just like 100 eye level. 32k. It went from 120k to 32k. Like, I barely got armor. I got like 5,000 armor, like physical defense. That's nothing. You get that in like 200 endurance. 200 endurance is like 15% DR, not even. It's not 80% DR. So everything makes sense. Like, everything makes sense. I have right here. I tested with no armor. I tested with no armor just to see if it would like multiply and the other way. And I got something interesting. I put like 50% DR in a 200k shield. And I took about 620k damage. But it makes sense, because when you have no armor, all your physical mitigation or magical mitigation is completely gone. So it makes sense. When you have, like right now, on my 1690 character, I have 87, almost 88 mitigation, so I take like 88% just less damage from like a raw attack anyway. So that makes sense. But the way eye level work doesn't make sense, but it does now that like I figured out the formula. So what can you do with this information? Well, now you know why when you just lose one armor, like let's say one armor breaks, you just start getting one shot in the raid. That's normal. It's because you lost your mitigation completely. Like, losing one armor makes you like 1400 or something. Pretty much any raid we do right now, you are now out of the eye level. That's why you're taking full damage now. You have no mitigation whatsoever. That's why when just one armor breaks, you just start getting one shot. It's because not only do you lose your physical and magical defense from your scaling on your armor itself, but you lose the mitigation they would have in the raid. Now with this information actually being discovered and learned about, from now on, there is literally no reason to upgrade your weapon past eye level, because you factually get way more out of your armor now that like everything was figured out. So that's why from now on I will keep my weapon on eye level and I will only upgrade my armor, because I know it is way more better to do that. Alright, that's it for this video, and catch you guys next time.